Russ, words cannot accurately describe the reaction here in Broncos country when they heard that you would be the next franchise quarterback for the Denver Broncos. What was your reaction like and your family's reaction when all parties agreed to the terms?
Well, it was wild. It was a wild, journey. Obviously, I was traveling. Actually, me and Sierra in St. Bart's and got the call that, hey, something was going to change here, potentially, and I had to come out here to meet the GM, George and Coach Hackett, and see how things were going to go and see if it made sense for me. And when I got here, I fell in love with it, because of George's energy, Coach Hackett's, brilliance, it seemed like, and just the philosophy of how they wanted to do things, and ultimately the reality that winning is everything. And so I think the biggest thing is I'm excited about the guys, though, the players, the team. We got a great defense. Led by Jay Sims on the back end over there, and then the guys up front and Chubb and some other great players. Obviously, P2 is really an amazing player, and so there's so many great players. But then on the offensive side, to be able to throw to guys like Courtland Sutton, to be able to throw to Tim Patrick, to be able to throw to Jerry Jeudy, those guys know how to get open, and to have the big guys up front, and they know what they're doing. And I'm just excited about the journey, and we're going to do this thing together. I'm excited about playing in a power field and making it a special place, making it home.
Well, now in the AFC West, you're going to go up against Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and Derek Carr twice a year. What excites you most about that level of competition? How would you even grade it? And what makes you think that this team can finish atop that division this season?
Well, it sounds like must-watch TV.
Yeah, it does.
But I'm excited about it because, I want to play against the toughest opponents possible, so it gets us ready for the last game of the year, and hopefully that's the Super Bowl. And so, if we can win those games and go battle, and the Broncos have always been close. They just need to push through a little bit, and hopefully we can find those margins of error and make them moments, great, amazing moments. And so I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to being in this locker room with these guys. It's my first real day here, and so it's just an honor. It's an honor to play ball. And we're going to do everything we can to win and prepare at the highest level.
Well, Coach Hackett is clearly thrilled to be working alongside of you. What is it about his philosophy that really gels with your approach to the game?
Well, I think first of all, he coaches the whys of the game.
Right.
Knowing why are we doing this? Well, and always having a reason, and I love that. That's how I learned the game since I was young, and knowing the whys and knowing the history of the game. Obviously, his dad being Paul Hackett, going all the way back to the Bill Walsh and Coach Hackett days and Joe Montana, and to be able to go back to the West Coast offense and understanding why do we call this, and our marriage of that's really important. I think it's important for the rest of the guys to really learn that history as well. And so I'm excited about that part of it, but also being new age and being creative and having a lot of fun while doing and scoring a lot of touchdowns and winning a lot of football games. So I think that how he teaches, it seems like he's super in tune with his players and super in tune with how he wants to go about it.
Well, you're 33 years old. You have a lot of football left to play. Rumor has it that you want to play at least until you're 45. So is there a significance to that benchmark, and what do you think it's going to take for you to get there?
Well, it's something I set out from the moment I started. For me, I really wanted to play 20 plus years. One of my favorite athletes of all time was Derek Jeter. And Derek, DJ, he played, 20 years, and played the game at the highest level. So for me, to be able to watch guys, like Tom, and to be able to watch guys like Peyton Manning and some other greats, for me, that's my plan. And how do you do that? You do it by making winning your lifestyle.
Right.
Winning's got to be your lifestyle. It's got to be everything to you. And how you do it, in the off season, how you do it in regular season, obviously the playoffs and everything else, but also how's your mentality. And your mentality's got to be right. And to do this game, it's tough. It's the hardest position in the world. And so I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to doing it with the rest of the guys.
Okay, obviously you were a 2020 Walter Payton Man of the Year. From your Tuesday visits to the Children's Hospital to the Why Not You Foundation, it is so clear that giving back to the community is so important to you and Sierra. So how do you hope to make an impact on your new community here in Denver?
Yeah, the moment I got into Seattle, and I got drafted April 27, 2012. Yep. And May 10th, I was able to land in Seattle and go to the hospital, that day or the next day. And, so for me, to be able to, for me and Sierra to be able to come here, as soon as we landed like 1 o'clock in the morning the other night, and when we got up at like 8 and did work out, and then we went to the Children's Hospital here, and so we're so excited. We're so excited. We were able to have an amazing. It was kind of like a studio like this. We had some amazing kids up there with us. We got to read in our book. We have a children's book that ended up being a bestseller, New York Times bestseller. So that's really cool, called Why Not You. So we're able to read that to the kids, which has been an amazing journey for us because. I think that when you see kids, and especially when you have, 3 of your own, you never know.
Right.
You never know if it could be your child. So I think it's important for us to always invest into the community. There's so many other things we want to do. Obviously, I'm the chairman of NFL Flag.
Yep.
So that's really important to, to really help expand NFL Flag here in this community and around the surrounding areas as well. I think to be able to, impact the youth through education, our foundation, Why Not You Foundation, that's really important. And so we're excited to have some major events with some amazing people and to build amazing resources for the youth. And so that Why Not You, that YOU stands for youth. And so we're excited about it. We're excited about the youth, and I'm excited for our kids to grow up here. We got 3 beautiful kids, future St. Win. They love sports. They love watching Dad play football. They love watching Mama sing, and they love entertaining themselves. So I think we're gonna have a good time.
You are such an inspiration to kids everywhere. What is your greatest piece of advice that you can give young kids who want to follow in your footsteps?
Do everything you can to get outside. I think so many times, especially nowadays with technology, which technology is great, it's so useful and everything else, but I think the problem is that we're not getting outside enough.
Right.
And obviously out here in Denver and Colorado, it's so important to get outside and enjoy conversing with, and having a good time with your friends and your teammates and boys and girls and just having a lot of fun while doing it. So I think that's really key. And then challenge yourself. Sit in the front of the classroom, don't sit in the back. Whether if you're an athlete, whether if you want to be a doctor, a dentist, no matter what you want to do, if you want to be a lawyer, if you want to interview people like yourself, no matter what it is you want to do in life, don't sit in the back anymore. I think it's time for us to step up and sit in the front. And I think it's so important that we teach our kids that, and I think that our kids know that. And so that way they have somebody to follow, and hopefully I can be a small example of that.
Well, Russell, thank you so much for your time. Welcome to the Mile High City.
Thank you. Broncos
Let's ride.
country. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Let's do it.